Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the spark plugs on the Mercedes 3.2 litre straight 6 inline engine, which is applicable to many Mercedes Benz and also SsangYong vehicles. We're going to start off by undoing these Allen key screws here so we can take off this black inspection cover. You can use an Allen key like this or a hex head fitting on the end of a battery operated drill would remove these quicker, but it's not going to take me very long to undo this. As you can see, they come out pretty quickly even by hand. Now with those screws removed, there's one screw in here which we can't quite get to, so I'm going to have to remove this plastic cover on here. It's being held by a 10mm bolt here, 10mm nut, sorry, and there's another one there and another one here. So undo those three 10mm bolts and one screwdriver here to undo this, and this will just lift clear so that we can remove this cover. Now this particular model vehicle is a 1999 SsangYong Korando 3.2 litre. Now its induction setup may be a bit different to your vehicle. It will probably be very different to Mercedes Benz's, so in this case you may not have to do that, but just make sure that you've got clear access to remove this cover panel. Next was I undid this hose clamp here with a 7mm socket, and there's one more hose clamp down in here which we need to undo, and that one, depending on your toolkit, we can either use a long screwdriver underneath the intake manifold, or we can also use a 7mm socket. With those final bolts removed, we now just lift out that cover panel, giving us access to all of our spark plugs. We can access all 6 from the top, but you'll see every second spark plug is orange, and the other spark plugs are hidden underneath these 3 coils. Someone's numbered it, so the back one there is number 6. That's spark plug 5, spark plug 4, 3, 2, and number 1 here at the front. I'm just going to pull these out and have a look at them and see whether they need replacing, cleaning, regapping. So I'm going to start with plugs 1 and 2. So number 2 here is coil. Theoretically it should just pull out. There's a bit of rusty red on the end there, which tells me there might have been some moisture get down in there. Number 1, be careful with these, just work them slowly, you don't want to crack anything on there. And that's number 1 out. And down in there we have hidden our spark plugs 1 and 2. So because those spark plug tubes are quite narrow, a lot of spark plug tools just will not fit down in there. So what I'm going to use now is I've got this long spark plug socket, and it's actually a 5/8 of an inch, and it fits a 1/2 inch drive ratchet. So it's quite a bit of a heavy duty outfit just to remove a spark plug. But this is going to fit and going to work and do the job. Now I could really do with a longer extension in there, but once you've got the spark plug turning, you can just go ahead and turn that by hand. Be the easiest. Now because my spark plug socket doesn't have a rubber grommet inside to grab hold of whatever it's undone, I've got to reach down in here now with a pair of long nose pliers and pull the spark plug out. Okay, so plug number 1's just come out. It's saying it's an NGK BKR 6E. BKR 6E. Doesn't look too bad actually on the electrode, but but there's obviously been some moisture get down in there. Maybe someone's washed the engine and it's filled with water on the outside. Look, the plugs are cheap, they're only a few dollars each. I'm going to go ahead and replace them. The one I've picked up to replace it with is an Autolite brand. Yes, they're bottom of the range, but you know, this is a 24-year-old car. It's quite simple in its basics. I've used NGK and Bosch and other brands, and I haven't really spotted any difference really between the running of them. So this is a 3924 in the Autolite brand. These plugs were $4 each, and now they come factory gapped at 1mm, and the gap that we need on these is 0.8. So I've got a little gapping tool here which only costs $1 at Super Cheap Auto, and you simply put this edge, as you'll see it gets thicker and thicker as it goes round, in the spark plug, and we're going to tap it down to 0.8mm, and we're going to drop that down from 1mm to 0.8 of a millimeter, and then we can go ahead and insert our new spark plug. So just to give you an idea, we got 0.6, 0.8 and 1mm. When these came, they were set to 1mm. Sorry, I set them to 0.8, and as you can see, the spark plug is now sitting nice and tight, exactly on 0.8 of a millimeter. So what I've done is I've put the gauge in, tapped it down, the electrode here, I've tapped it down gently with a metal object, and now she's nice and tight on 0.8 of a millimeter. A lot of people think that you can just get your spark plugs and just install them, and from the factory they could be anywhere from like 0.9 up to 1.3. It's important that they are set correctly. On this model it's 0.8. Now if you were left it on 1.0, you'd be out by 20%, and that affects timing, the running, and the amount of fuel that you're going to burn. So please always set your spark plug gap. So here's spark plug number 2 I've just pulled out. Once again, looking very rusty. Water's definitely been sitting underneath that inspection plate. Electrode now is looking pretty good, but I'm not going to be putting that in. I'm going to put in a set of 6 brand new spark plugs. So what I've done so far on spark plug number 1 is pretty much the same for all 6 plugs. Nothing too complicated about it, and to reinstall everything is just a reversal of the removal procedure. Okay, so change those plugs, get your vehicle running great. I'm sure it'll give you many hours and many thousands of kilometers or miles of fun. Okay, hope to see you on the road. Keep safe. See ya. Bye.